if someone ever says to you, how do I know if I'm leading or not? The answer is look behind you. If there's no one there, you're not. So the question isn't what are the right things on the list. The question isn't should we have red circles or blue circles. The question isn't do the words need to alliterate. The question isn't what on earth is the segmented worm thing. The question is much more simply, why do we follow? What do we follow? What makes us give our breath to another? Why do we follow? Understand that. Understand the world through the eyes of followers. We do have a few things in common. And one of these things that we have in common is a fear of the future. In fact, every human society ever studied has a ritual to mark death. This is how this manifests, because death, of course, is the most certain uncertainty of all, if you like. But we all have this fear of the future, and that, for you as a leader, is a great challenge. You want to lead your people into the future, yet that future is disquieting for them, worrying for them. So the question is, how do you execute that? How do you help your people step into the future? The way you don't do it, by the way, the way you don't do it is to say, get comfortable with ambiguity, or learn to love change. Because in doing that, you draw attention to the thing that's scaring everybody. And actual real leaders don't say those things in the real world. So you don't say that. But what do you do instead? Well, the question is, what, for us, the followers, lessens our feeling of uncertainty about the future? It is, of course, confidence in the future. What gives us confidence in the future? And if you like, the act of following is a sort of barter. We give you our followership if you give us confidence in the future. And what gives us confidence in the future is seeing in another human being some level of great, pronounced ability in something that we care about, which is to say that what we follow is the extremism. We follow the extremists. And in fact, another way of saying the same thing, we follow the spikes. If you like, they give us something to hook onto. You could have everything in all of the models. You could have strategy and oratory and planning and communication and relationship building and have no followers because you would have no spike. The spike is what gives us something to hook onto. It gives us a sense of predictability. We trust you if you've seen around more corners than we have, taken yourself more seriously. We like the predictability of this. We like its seriousness. We are drawn to the beautiful clarity of a thing done well, and we ignore everything else. And what that means is that no two leaders do the job in the same way because their spikes are different. That leaders are frustrating as much as we follow the spikes, they can also antagonize us. You know this, right? You felt this. I'm following you because you're really good at X, but Y really irks me today. No leader is perfect, so following is an act of forgiveness, which is weird, but I think deeply true. We follow you despite your imperfections. Not everyone should be or wants to be a leader. The person who might be a great leader for me might be a less good leader for you. The person who might be a great leader for one team or team of teams or company might be less good for another. Leaders are not good or bad. This one is uncomfortable. Leaders are not good or bad. They're just people who have figured out how to be their most defined selves in the world. And we see this deployed for ends that we personally agree with, and we see it deployed for ends that we personally disagree with. But our agreement or disagreement doesn't make it not leadership. It just makes it something that we agree or disagree with. Leading isn't a set of characteristics, but a set of experiences, a series of experiences seen through the eyes of the followers. So it's all about the followers. It's not about the leader per se. And despite all of this, we reserve a special place in our world for those who make our experience of it better and more hopeful. Leading and following are not abstractions. They are human interactions, human relationships. And their currency is the currency of all human relationships, of emotional bonds of trust and of love. If you as a leader forget these things and yet master everything that our theories tell you you must, you will find yourself alone. But if you understand who you are at your core and hone that understanding into a special set of abilities, each of which captures and magnifies your essence, your intent, and your humanity, then in the real world, we will see you and we will follow. Thank you.